Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Focused Fortune community. I'm Kim Kaiser, and I'm a business coach, and I help people 2 to 3x their revenue. And even more than that, actually. I actually am coming off a great year, not only my own great year, but a great year for my clients. And I probably need to change my little tagline at some point, but that's okay. I typically work with business owners who have businesses that are somewhere between 500K and 5 million and help them double to triple. This year, I helped someone 5x their revenue. And that's what I do one-to-one, kind of out in the real world, so to speak. And then I work with people who have smaller businesses here online and in this community that I have here. And so I really kind of have two different businesses, and that's what I'm up to. And I just come in here and share each week. I have a weekly class here in the group that really help people move their businesses along. So I see Cassidy and Daryl are here this morning. Good morning, you all. As you come in, say hi to me. The way Facebook works right now with these lives is I can't see who's on unless you say hi. I can see that there are people there. I see that we have people here, but I can only see the names of the people that say hi. So I'm just going to riff for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to dive right into our topic this morning, which is 5 ways you're blocking money. And this is such a foundational teaching. As always, couple things. My cat often joins me. If you hear her, she loves when I talk to the computer, and she wants to talk too. So you probably hear her. Another thing, we may have interruptions this morning. We have fire alarms going off in our building. They're testing all week. If we do, we're just going to keep going through it. And I apologize if it hurts yours. I can assure you it will hurt mine more. It's deafening, but so far so good this morning. And then lastly, I just got married last Saturday to the love of my life, Steve. He often pops in here and helps me with all sorts of things. We got married at Big Bend National Park. If you haven't looked at my photos, I'm just going to give this, like, I have to promote this. Go look at my photos on my personal page. They are phenomenal. We got like the first 10 photos from our photographer, Joseph Nance, who's amazing. And it's a public, so even if you're not friends with me, well, go ahead and friend me, but absolutely look at them. They're phenomenal. So lots of fun stuff happening in my world. Oh, I see we have several more. Denise, good morning. Sherry, Myrna, Danielle, Birdie, fantastic. Yes. Oh, Denise, riff just means I'm going to talk for a few minutes about what comes to mind before we get into our lesson. I think it's actually a musical term, like guitar riffing. I'll look it up though to make sure, but it's just one of those things I often say. Good. So I love teaching. Okay. You guys who have been here a while, you probably know that I do. And I love teaching not only about what I've learned that really is really interesting to me, but I love to teach what I've actually personally embodied and had results with in my business. Okay, that's what I love to teach. I don't like to teach conceptual stuff that, like, hey, try this, it might work. I really only teach things that I've had actual results with. Okay, so this teaching today are going to be 5 things that I've really had results of like going from not even realizing I was blocking money, like not even realizing that was it, to like realizing, oh, I think I might be blocking money, to then having these realizations help me get unblocked from money. And this is the thing, I didn't realize that there were times in my business that I was just kind of innocently pushing money away. I didn't really understand money very well. I didn't understand how to get in the flow of it. I didn't understand what money responded to. I didn't understand what got in the way of it making its way into my bank account. And I didn't understand what kept it from staying in my field once I'd received it. Okay, I didn't understand any of that at some point. And historically, I'd been pretty good at making money. But then, then sometimes I'd start worrying about money, and I didn't, I'd worry about it sticking around. I'd worry about keeping it, and I didn't realize like how things were getting pushed out. So I love what I'm teaching this morning, and I'm going to try to teach it in a way. My cat is just going crazy. I'm going to try to teach it in a way that will really land for you guys. And so I'm going to just go ahead and hop in. So as you guys As you guys come in, oh, hey, Mary, good, good, good. So excited that so many of you are here live this morning. If you have questions, I'll come back to the comments at certain times during this broadcast, but I won't. I'm going to try to really get into the teaching so that I can communicate to you guys and really convey something that will be helpful for you. Okay, so I'm just going to start going. So here we go. Here we're going to learn about 5 of the ways that you may be blocking money. Okay, and the first one. And this was a real eye-opener to me, okay? And this is that you might think, that you might resonate with this piece. You might think that money comes towards and is drawn to need, okay? So in other words, you might think, well, if I need money, it's gonna make its way towards me. But that's not the way it works. It simply isn't. That's just not the way it works, okay? So if you're kind of waiting for money to make its way to you because you need it, we want to clear that up so that you can really unblock the path. And so here's why. Is money, you might have heard this before, but I'm going to try to explain this in a way that it sinks in even deeper for you, okay? Because I know for me, like, even though I feel like I started to gain some mastery around money, I'm still trying to learn as much as I can and ground and embody as much as I can. And I want that for you guys too. So money is, it's an energy, and sometimes there's a reason it's called currency, right? It's like, that's a word that's related to energy. Okay. And we live in our entire universe. We live in energy where, very simply, and again, open your ears to what I'm about to say here. This might sound similar to something that you've already heard, but really listen. We live in a universe where energy, it's that like attracts like, okay? So things match up at an energetic level, and they don't match up when energies are apart. They don't match up. So see, sometimes if money's here and we're here, we're not matching up, right? But when we're together with money, here we go. So like attracts like, and then what we believe, because belief and thought is also an energy, those things, what we actually believe, come true, okay? Not every thought that goes through your head, of course, but like the things that are prevalent for us, those come true, okay? And all of those things, like our thoughts have an energetic signature. Our physical being has an energetic signature. The physical things in our life, those all have energetic signatures. Like everything has an energetic signature. All physical things, all mental things, all thoughts, all attitudes. And so we attract My cat's going crazy. We attract was prevalent in our field. I guess she's saying Meow Meow also has an energetic signature, and she's a little feisty this morning. She has a feisty energetic signature. Okay, yeah, I'm the cat's meow. Thank you, Daryl. Yeah, I'm feeling that way. So we're attracting what's prevalent. So money, in the sense that we're speaking about it here, has a very high vibration, a high energetic signature. Okay, so need, in the sense that most people speak about it, does not have a high energetic signature. It's low. The way most people use the word and think about the word need, it's like needy. Oh, like it has a heaviness to it. So see, that's why money doesn't go. Money's up here, need is down here for the most part, right? And so that's why when people are sort of waiting for money to arrive for those in need solely, like it doesn't happen, and it's probably not going to. So if you're waiting on that, and some people are, I know not every person is, but some people are, like just know that that's not the way it works. That's not the way money works. It's not the way the flow of money works. It's not the way that the energy of money works. Okay, so that's the first piece. So money does not actually respond to need in the way we think it would. If it did, you guys, you would know, like we wouldn't have need in the world, right? Everyone would have everything they need if money and resources responded to need. Okay, but we can clearly see that's not the way it works. Okay, so you guys let me know in the comments if that's landing, if that makes sense. I think the cat has finally settled down. Maybe I can get through my last 4 points without her doing that. So this is the second piece. Okay, I'm going to go into the second part of the 5 ways. Possibly one of the ways that you are blocking money, and I know that I did this for many, many years, You're not clear on what you actually desire. Okay? Now note that I'm using the word desire and I'm not using the word want. Again, those two words in general have two really different energetic signatures. So desire comes from the heart. It comes from the soul, the desire. It's like a deeper place. Okay? And it's what you, in terms of a definition, it's what you long for, like what you crave. But here's the thing, you guys know this if you've grown up in most cultures, is that we're not conditioned to be in tune with our actual desires. We're conditioned to be in tune with need and want, right? We're not conditioned to go deep and get juicy with what we desire. In fact, many times even using the word desire, that's encouraged to say secret, right? It's even sort of given this other definition. So then we become unclear. Okay, so we don't even really know. Like a lot of times when I ask my one-to-one clients, like, what do you want? It takes them a long time to really articulate a true desire, right? But when they do, it has a completely different energetic signature than wishy-washy or not really knowing, or like, well, I want this. Like that has you heard the energetic signature of that versus here's what I really desired. This is what I want to create. So desire has a high energetic signature, right? So money comes to desire, but it doesn't come to wishy-washy wants. I made that term up this morning, wishy-washy wants. Like wishy-washy, not knowing is a lower energetic signature. And it's not that no money comes to wishy-washy. Clearly it does. But again, we're in here exploring the infinite potential of your business, the infinite potential of you. Okay? And so that's why we're not going to look at wishy-washy wants. That's a lower vibrational signature, and we want you in your desire. So if there's anyone in here who is in tune with their desire, particularly around their business, pop that into the comments. Share it with people. Like that's high vibe to share our desires, because most people don't, right? Like I desire this year. So I'll say a little bit about my financial picture because I like to share in here what's possible for people. Like I had hit sort of mid six figure, like 130,000 with my business a few years, and then I had a couple years that my business dried up. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit more in depth in that, but like I just came off a record year where I over doubled my highest year. Okay, but what I desire, the reason I'm telling you guys, what I desire this year is I want $1 million business. I have no clue how I'm going to get there, but that is my deep desire. Now, why? It's not just about the money, although it'd be fine if it was just about the money, by the way. We're allowed to just want money. But here's what I see with $1 million business, that impact that I could have on so many people. Like that is a reflection of a huge impact on more and more people. So that's what I desire. So what about you guys? What do you desire? Tell me in the comments. So, okay, I'm going to go on to our third way that you could be blocking money, okay? And this one is one, again, I only teach you guys what I've learned. And this is one that I learned a few years ago that we're ignoring money. I'll tell you what I mean by that, okay? What I used to do when I felt like I didn't have the money that I wanted, I ignored it, okay? I was scared of it. I treated it with disrespect. And here's some of the ways this looks like. And you guys might be familiar with this, okay? If some of these, right? So like one of the ways we can disrespect money or ignore it or be scared of it is like not looking at your bank account or your different accounts because it's too depressing, right? Like I would go... it's embarrassing for me to say this, but when I was not making much money, I was making it worse and blocking it by not looking at my bank accounts. Like knowing the bare minimum so that I didn't become overdrawn or anything like that, but like just not looking at it, like going, ugh, having a real low energy about it, right? Spending money on things you don't truly desire is also a way of kind of disrespecting money, right? Kind of spending mindlessly, right? That would be a way to disrespect money. So ignoring your bank accounts, ignoring if you have investments, ignoring your assets, that sort of thing, ignoring your bills. You don't want to do that, right? But a lot of people stick their heads in the sand. So this is a way you're actually blocking money, right? Not investing in yourself is also a way to block money. Again, when I say investing in yourself, I'm talking about your true desires, what would move you forward, but then going like, oh, well, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't have the money. I don't do it. Like, that's a way you can actually block money. Okay. So, and this is the thing, again, the common thread throughout, as you guys are probably getting, is any of these feelings and thoughts and attitudes and beliefs with a low energetic signature has the effect of blocking money. Money just sort of passes you by, because we're actually always, believe it or not, we're swimming in currency. We're swimming in money opportunities. Like, that's the nature of the universe. We live in abundance. You've probably heard all that, but like it's true that we're swimming in money, but we can have the effect, we can experience the effect of blocking it. That's what I'm trying to shine a light on this morning. Okay, I'm going to go to the comments. So Ruth says, I desire this year to sell art, lots of art for significant money. Oh, yes, and Ruth's art is beautiful, you guys. So you should check Ruth out. That's a deep desire for you. So stay in that vibration of you're selling art. You feel that you're selling art, so that you're not blocking it by getting nervous about money, right? Because it's that when we sort of get in our desire, and that feels really, really good, but then we sort of put on the brakes by getting scared, by trying to be realistic. Okay, it has the effect of like, driving down the road and like putting the brakes on your car, and driving on the road, 1 foot on the brake, 1 foot on the gas. We don't want to do that. Mary too. I desire $1 million a year. Boom. Yes. And you can do that as well. Love that, Mary. And Danielle, my deep underlying desire for more money is to have access to new experiences that create opportunities for personal growth. Absolutely. That's it. That's it, right? It's moving ourselves forward, because that does something for the universe, right? I love that one, Danielle. And Steve, oh, that's my honey, guys. I desire to provide the best product people have experienced and to provide great employment opportunities. Well, let me just tell you, Steve, you're on the way. He makes the best ice cream in the world, you guys, and it's from this pure genius, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Like, he's amazing with that. So you guys keep popping your, what it is you desire in there. Okay. So again, you're swimming in money, but don't ignore money. Don't treat it with disrespect. Don't be scared of looking at your accounts, even when they're small. Like here's how I changed that for myself, is when my accounts were less than I wanted them to be by a lot, I started sitting down with my money at least twice a month, if not more, and just writing it all down and saying, thank you for what I have. Thank you for what I have. I'm so deeply grateful. And that really started to change my money picture. Okay, so that's just a little how-to there. Okay, so number 4, we're getting down here to the final minutes. You think that money needs to come to you in a particular form or in a particular way. You might be insisting that it come through your business, right? You might be insisting that it comes from, I don't know, an inheritance or your job or whatever. But here's the thing, it doesn't need to actually come through a particular channel. Like, a lot of times it does. We work for money, but it can, the fact is that money can come to us in many, many, many different forms, like out of the blue, many paths. It can show up, a check in the mail from a long lost account we had, or some sort of windfall. And the insistence that it come from a certain source, you guessed it, you guys, that comes from a low energetic signature. The insistence that it kind of starts to introduce resistance and struggle into your money situation as a signature of lack. Okay, so you don't want to go there. Okay, so before I go on to my last way you're blocking money, I want to tell you briefly, I have an amazing masterclass next week that's designed to help you plant the seeds of your own fortune, and therefore it's called Planting the Seeds of Fortune. Okay, I'm trying something new this year. This Planting the Seeds of Fortune masterclass is designed to build on this class and see how you can actually invite more money into your life. Okay, It's $111. So those of you who know me and have known me for a while and have worked with me, you know I don't do anything for $111. But I'm trying something new this year. I'm trying something that is approachable for pretty much everyone. The class, I'm going to pop a link into the comments if you want to sign up for that, and then you'll get an email from me about that. So I'm going to pop it in. This is just the, did it go in? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's in. So it's going to run next Tuesday at noon Central in a private Facebook group. There'll be a recording. It will stay up for at least 3 weeks. And I'm offering an additional Q&A class 3 days later, so on the Friday, so that any questions you have about either this class, the Blocking Money class, or Planting the Seeds of Fortune class, you can ask them and get them answered. So really high value content for not a ton of money. It just feels like, how did I come up with that price? It just feels right to me. It feels like I want to draw more people into my world. I want to do teaching more and more that makes a difference. So I'd love for you guys to join me on that. Again, all you need to do is click the link, and then I will send you an email about all the details of how to join. Again, next Tuesday, January 2nd, noon Central. Okay. Going on to the last bit of a way that you could be blocking money, and this is actually one of my favorites, it's why I saved it till last, is you're not owning your genius. Okay, now remember you guys, this is a big one, but I said all of these that I'm presenting to you are not just ideas. Like, these are things that I have experienced myself, changed, transformed myself, and then embodied something new for a new result, for a much deeper money result. So the thing is, I want to really clarify this, because there are a lot of people out there teaching about owning your genius. Okay, loads. But I think I see something deeper than what most people are teaching, or at least what they're articulating. Okay, so I think most people are teaching that when you own your genius, somehow you're kind of rewarded in some way. And that's not true. Okay, it's not as a reward, right? It's not as a reward. Genius is not about a reward, okay? And then they're not teaching like why not owning your genius actually blocks money, and why owning your genius generates money. So I'm going to try to really clarify this point. Not a reward. It's not a good idea to own your genius. Like, that's not, like, we're not teaching it because it's a good idea, right? It's that when you are in your genius, guess what? That holds a very high vibrational signature. A really high. It's like when you're in your genius, it's like spinning gold, because it's effortless. You guys know how it feels to be in your genius and conveying it, right? It's high, high, high vibration, and that's why it creates money. That's why it creates exponential results for you. That's why when I work with my one-to-one clients, I am literally just streaming my genius, and it's why their businesses then grow. They can hear it with different ears when I'm in my genius. Creates millions of dollars. Okay? So when you don't own it, and here are ways that you're not owning your genius possibly. You'll have your own version, but you might keep working away in a job that you're settling in. You may not hate it. You don't have to hate it, but you just kind of know you're settling, right? You know internally. Or you're doing work that you like, but you're sort of, you're kind of curbing your message to suit your audience. I used to do this all the time, okay? Like, I didn't want people to think I was out there, right? So I would curb my message to make it packageable and acceptable for business people, right? And that severely limited the amount of money I was making. These are ways that you do that. So you can't, when you do that, like when you're, working away in a job that you don't love, when you're somehow curbing your genius, when you're curbing your message, you're not expressing fully who you are, you cannot generate the infinite money that is available to you. It's infinite, guys, completely infinite. So that's the piece I feel like that's what's missing. The reason the genius is so important is because it puts you in a high vibrational place. Okay, it's not that it's you need to because it's a good idea and that's your like no, none of that. It's that it pushes you into a high vibration that you can't be in when you're in a job you dislike, or you're curbing your message. Two of those examples. So here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. You know already if you're owning your genius or you're not. I'm going to say it again. You already know if you're owning your genius or you're not. And the energy of that cannot be faked. Period. In a story, you can say all kinds of things, but the energy of it cannot be faked. Like the universe is perfect. We can't fake the energy. And so this one, again, this was a big one for me because for years I was coaching from a particular understanding that now I see was actually muting my own genius. Like for whatever reason, I let someone else's teachings force the way I was teaching. Again, I let that happen. No one was forcing me, but I let that happen, right? It was a way of not owning my genius. And so I was moderately successful. I made money doing it. But then when I started noticing, oh, I feel muted, I feel muffled, the less money would start coming in. Like it started really diminishing the amount of money I was making and the impact then, obviously. So after 6 years of having my business, 25 to 30% increase every year in sales, it was going great. Then I started noticing feeling muted. I had 2 years where I made like less than half the amount. And this was it. So when I was trying to play by the rules, when I was trying to not get in trouble, not rock the boat, those sorts of things, that killed my genius. Okay. But that was incredibly valuable to see because then it helped me in 2020 to fully step into my genius, like decide to really own it. And I nearly quadrupled my earnings over that previous year. Like it was a lot. It was, I just did my final for the year and my total sales for the year were over 250K, which is amazing. That was like by far my best year. Amazing. But it had me step into who I am, express who I am, and try to support others in that way. So, and the other thing, other than quadrupling there, it helped me start a second business with my fiance, right? And now he's my husband, and where he's completely in his own genius, right? So it's amazing what's going to happen this year. So this is possible for you too. That's why I'm talking about this morning. It's possible for you too. You just have to see what I'm pointing at today. Take it in for yourself, like really reflect on it. And if it's a yes for you, sign up for Planting the Seeds of Fortune class. Like it's, again, low cost class, but like it's going to be gold, you guys. So just pop that, just follow that link. I'll get to you with an email about how we're going to make that all happen. And always join me in here. I have these weekly classes. I love teaching the things that make a difference for people in their business. Next week on the Tuesday 10 o'clock teaching, the free teaching is going to be about how to grow your business by being more of who you are, right? We're going to kind of really build on this owning your genius piece. But I'd love to share specifically the ways we can invite more money into your world. And you can join the Planting Seeds of Fortune class. Because I have loved being here with you guys this morning. This particular class was something I downloaded, I think it was the day before Christmas or the day after Christmas. Like it just came to me. I was putting my makeup on and it just came, and I came and scribbled it down in my notebook. I'll show you guys how I do this. Like it just, there we go. And I kept adding to it, and both classes just came to me. But I love being here with you guys. I love you all. I love supporting you. I love to hear about how your businesses are doing, and I'm happy to support in any way. Thank you so much for being in the Focused Fortune community. Share with your friends. I didn't have anyone share, so we didn't do a draw today. I wanted to back up to this. We didn't do a draw today because I didn't see that I was tagged in any posts. If you actually shared in a post about this group and tagged me, send me a screenshot so I can send you your prize. Otherwise, we'll just try a draw later on. It's not a problem at all. We will do that because I do have this fabulous, I think I showed you guys the actual water bottle, but here's the packaging. So pretty. And if you're a guy, we could go to the black obsidian bottle. Okay, you guys, love it. And I love you very much. And just keep watching in the group, and I will see you guys real soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.